Goalkeepers are about to lose one of their tried and trusted tactics for wasting time. And I love it. We've all seen it. We know what it looks like. A team is winning, their goalkeeper makes a save, and he falls down onto the ground, holding onto the ball for dear life like it's a flotation device and they're stuck at sea. Then they look around to check if the coast is clear, they get up slowly, they bounce the ball 3 times, and eventually punt it somewhere. Meanwhile, the referees are waving at them like, let's go, dude, this is uncomfortable, you're wasting time, we all know. And nothing ever gets done. So finally, IFAB and FIFA, they had enough. They decided we're gonna put a rule in place that puts an end to this funny business. So in this video, what we're gonna do is take a look at the rule, how they decided to craft it the way they did, and will it work and be a good thing for the game? And I'd love to hear what you think about this rule. Not everyone agrees with it, but me personally, I like it, and I'll tell you why. So welcome to Campfire Football. I'm Sebastian North. All right, so the bigwigs in football, FIFA and IFAB got together to discuss some rule changes, and they made a decision that they want to curb goalkeeping time wasting, and here's how they want to do it.
Perhaps the biggest change for football today was a philosophical change as well as a practical change to try and deal with a situation where goalkeepers are holding the ball for more than the current 6 seconds. We've extended it to 8 seconds, and if the goalkeeper holds the ball for more than 8 seconds, they'll be punished with a corner kick.
So this rule will be officially put in place during the FIFA Club World Cup this summer and will actually be carried through into all football starting in the 2025-2026 season. All right, so as we know, there was already a rule in place that if goalkeepers had the ball for longer than 6 seconds in their hands, a yellow card would be given and an indirect free kick would be awarded. We all know this never, ever, ever gets enforced. So why? Well, referees have said this is a disproportional punishment for just wasting a few seconds. You're giving a team a pretty big opportunity to score with one of those indirect free kicks inside the box. On top of that, think about it from a ref's perspective. It is a nightmare to manage. You've got the entire defensive team forming a giant wall. They're all ready to charge it like they're in some battle in Braveheart or Lord of the Rings. And then the attacking team is sort of faking it and trying to find a way to unsettle them. Most attacking teams never practice this, so the whole thing looks like a giant mess. It's chaos. It's a freak show. We don't really need to see any more of those, and as we know, referees were not using that tool to curb goalkeeper time wasting. So now the rule has been made 8 seconds. Okay, how did they come up with that? Well, when doing some research on the amount of time goalkeepers had the ball in their hands, if goalkeepers were trying to launch a counterattack, they would release the ball quickly, 3 to 5 seconds tops. Then, in general, most of the time when the game state was just kind of normal, goalkeepers would get rid of the ball in 6 to 8 seconds. It was when they were trying to absolutely murder as much time as humanly possible that they would hold the ball for as long as 20 to 30 seconds, and that needs to be stopped. So the new rule is that they will award a corner kick if the goalkeeper holds the ball for longer than 8 seconds. Now keep in mind, they actually trialed this over the last year, and what they found was that it really worked. Goalkeepers were almost never wasting any time, and only 3 times did referees actually have to award a corner when a goalkeeper held the ball too long. So the way it'll work is that referees will start the 8-second countdown in their head when the goalkeeper gets the ball. They'll show a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, buddy. Oh, you haven't gotten rid of the ball? Okay, fine. Corner kick. And what they found is that goalkeepers really don't want to give up corners late in a game their team is winning, especially when they know that referees are very willing to make that call. As I said, referees didn't want to give an indirect free kick. That felt too big. But a corner kick, that's easy. It's not a game-changing call, but it is dangerous enough for the team that is trying to waste time that it becomes a major deterrent. And this is why I love this rule, because it is so simple and elegant. Basically, the referees do not have to make a whole bunch of calls for the goalkeepers to actually follow the law. And that means that goalkeepers wasting that much time kind of just stops without any of us actually noticing. All right, you might notice if the crowds are always doing these countdowns every time goalkeepers get the ball, but that's kind of entertaining. Gives the people a chant behind the goal that they can all get behind and do. And so to close, I just want to say, I think this is exactly the type of rule that we should be looking for to combat other things in the game, other problems that need to be fixed. This is not going to deal with time wasting as a whole, but you could definitely apply a rule very similar to this on throw-ins, because we've all seen that too. A team has a throw-in deep in their own half, the guy starts to walk forward, he gains like 10 to 15 yards, then the ref tells him to back up. Meanwhile, he's like, sweet, just burning seconds here. What if you did like a 6 or 8 second timer for all throw-ins, and if they don't release the ball quick enough, it's a free kick on the ground next to where the throw-in was supposed to take place. Tell you what, you do not want to give away a free kick in that scenario. You would want to throw the ball and try and find a way to get it up the pitch. And once again, without the refs having to do a whole lot, they would curb a lot of the issues of time wasting we see. So what are other rules that you would like to see changed? What are some areas that really annoy you? I mean, I've heard people say things like get rid of throw-ins without actually thinking of the enormous implications that would have on the way the game is played. So that's why this rule is great, because it's simple and we basically won't notice. It's just our viewing experience will improve late in games when goalkeepers have the ball. They'll just get rid of it instead of doing this whole charade where they have it for as long as they possibly can. So tell me what you think. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Sebastian North. This is Campfire Football. Take it easy.